Level 4, Cycle 1, Blue Stripe. For this stripe, we're going to be covering the mount ground position and its corresponding escape. So let's take a look at the mount position. So this is all groundwork. So one person's going to be, we're always going to be working with the partner. One person's going to be on their back so that I can demonstrate the mount position, which is on top. So my legs are on the sides of his body. I have my feet, the tops of my feet hooked in, kind of underneath his knees or where his calves are. One arm hooks behind the head. My other hand is going to be bracing out to the side. Notice that my hips, I want my hips to be wide so that I can be flat on them, think like a wet towel, as much on my partner as possible. I can also do the other hand around his head, so I can have my opposite hand, and then the opposite hand is out to the side. So it doesn't matter which one. You can also always switch it, but one hand behind the neck, other hand out to the side. Notice that I'm going to stay heavy on the chest when I'm in the mount position here. The cool thing about the mount position when I'm here is that when my partner is moving, because if you're the person on the bottom, you don't want to be in this position. This is not a good position for you. So if my partner moves around, if I have a proper mount position, I can just stay with them. Okay, so the idea is here, if there's resistance, I want my legs, my feet to stay. Notice my feet are in this flexed position here. Keep them flexed, keep my hand, and just go with wherever. If he turns, I'm going with him. I'm just hanging on, going with him. So that's how I want to maintain my mount position. Now let's go over the mount escape, or essentially what the person on the bottom would do. So we'll switch. All right, so here's the mount escape. Here's what it looks like. All right, so let's break that down a little bit. We're going to be doing some movements on one leg, and then we'll do the same movements on the other leg. So for the sake of this demonstration, although the person who's doing the mount is usually nice and close, we'll create a little space so that you guys can see this at home. The very first step I want to do is I want to release this hook that's around my leg. And the way I'll release his hook is by straightening out my leg. So I'm going to just kick my leg out straight. So again, he has his hook in. Just kick it nice and straight to release that hook. Next move is that same leg that I kicked out straight. I'm going to use my same side hand, and I'm just going to push on the knee. So we're not up high on the thigh. I'm going to slide down to where his knee is and just give it a little push. Notice now I'm creating some space here for my leg to eventually come out. Now I want to get my leg out, but the way I'm going to do that first is I have to turn my hips. So if this is the side I'm going to get my leg out, I'm going to turn this way. So notice I'm slightly turning on the side of my body, kind of sticking out my hips or my butt out to the back, to the opposite way. Now from here I have space and I have the ability to get my leg through. Once I can get my leg through and out, then I'm going to just hook it back over on this side. I'll do those same movements on the opposite side. So I kick out my leg, push the knee, turn to that side, leg comes around. Now when I have both legs here, I'm going to connect them with my ankles, keeping the feet really flexed, and I'm going to connect them around his back. I can kind of use his belt as a guide and hook it right here. And now I'm in a position called a guard. So this is where you're going to end up. So we'll do a slightly different angle now if I'm on my back, so that way you can see my footwork. So again, doing that escape, I can release a leg. It doesn't matter which leg you do first. So I kick it out. Next, same side, I'm going to push his knee, turn towards that side, leg comes out, and then it goes over the top, hooking over that leg. Same thing on the other side now. Kick it out straight, push it down, turn towards that side with my chest, leg comes over, and then connect it into this guard position. And then let's turn sideways for the sake of the ukes at home. When you get into this guard position, when this person is here, you want to kind of tuck your knees in and kind of sit back on your heels. That's the way that we'll be in our finishing position for the guard. Okay, so we did our mount position, we did our escape to the mount position. Now we get to take another look. Mount position. And mount escape.